Good morning, class. Nice to see you all. Today I'm just going to go through some of the things that you should be working on just to keep you a little bit accountable. But before we do that, let's do a little bit of reminiscing. Remember the days when we could paddle in the pool, we could climb indoors? Remember those days we could even climb outdoors or go sea kayaking? Well, unfortunately, those days are on hold for just a little moment, but what we can still do is our theory work. So let's have a little chat about that today. What's important for you to have done by the end of this week is to have finished your climbing logs. So thank you to those of you who have uploaded them into Sector. So that's by this Friday, please. It's important that you finish them so that they can be something you can put towards your vlog down the track. The other thing is obviously you need to be working on your folio, your Arapiles or your wetlands folio, which is a 600 word folio. So what is important about that is that you are addressing the 4 different sections, and I'm going to go through what we expect in terms of word count and that sort of thing. So just bear with me while I use this icebreaker to clear the board, and then we will talk about the folio. So firstly, the introduction. The intro, we are looking at around 2,000 words for that. Okay, and in the intro you should be talking about why the parks are important. Okay, so why do we need places like Mount Arapiles Park? So the importance of biodiversity. And it would be good to have in there some facts and figures. So actually back that up with some facts and figures. Plenty of that info in the Arapiles Tour and Management Plan, but also you should be able to research. You should be able to do some other research to support the figures you're finding in the Arapiles Plan, because that is a little bit outdated. If you can fit it in, we do also want to just briefly talk about the importance of people being able to recreate in those sort of parks and develop that connection with nature. So, importance of recreation. I'll make it really clear throughout this entire folio, you do not have room or time or words to repeat yourself. So keep it clear, keep it concise, and once you've said it, no need to say it again. So that's our intro. Next, we are going to talk about our hippo, so our human impact. So choose 1 or 2 of these to talk about, and talk about them in reasonable detail, but you've only got your 400 words to do that. So, you know, what are humans doing in terms of habitat destruction, introduced species, pollution, population overcrowding. All of those notes are there on Sector, so please look at them and use them to back you up in what you are saying. Thirdly, we want to talk about the management strategies. And 600 words here. So this really is the guts of your assignment. So yes, we want to know about the hippo and what humans have done, but what are we doing in terms of the solutions? What are the management strategies, and how are we heading towards sustainability? And this has got to be linked back. Sustainability, you need to link it back to maintaining that level and improving the level of biodiversity in the park. Okay, so what are our management strategies? And that's where we're talking about zoning, we're talking about filtering, we're talking about education, regimentation, all of those things that we've talked about previously, but they are also in the notes. Okay, there's so many resources there for you. A+ students, you should be also trying to find, you know, a couple of resources outside of that pool that we've given you. In terms of your conclusion, we're going to embed the future initiatives into the conclusion, and we want to be talking about habitat 141, linking landscapes, connectivity, conservation, Okay, so with your conclusion, you've only got 400 words for that one as well. Okay, so be really careful in your conclusion that you're summarising what you've already said without repeating yourself. You don't have room for that. So summarise, give your future initiatives, talk about these things, and we'll go from there. So remembering that drafts are due next Friday. So this Friday, as in tomorrow, climbing logs are due. Next Friday, drafts for your Arapiles folio are due. What I would like to see by Monday from my class, by Monday evening, I would like to have your intro and your hippo in for me to have a quick look at. Okay, drafts due by the end of the week. By Monday night, I'd like to have your intro and hippo in, and I'll put that in sector as well. Okay, so thank you. Please know that I am working from home, so if you don't get something Mr. Begg's gone through with you in class, or you want some extra support or someone else to have a look at your work, please email me at home. I'm more than happy to be looking at your stuff and answering your questions from home. Okay, thanks guys. See ya.